Hi guys, so welcome to today's class. Today we are going to be going over to multiplication and division of fractions by whole numbers. Multiplication and division of fractions by whole numbers. When we are doing addition and subtraction of fractions like we did last time, you notice that it's a bit more complicated because first of all we have three steps. Remember the three steps. First of all, we change the mixed number fractions to improper fractions. Secondly, we bring together the fractions using their common multiple. And thirdly, we simplify. Now, when we are doing addition and multiplication and division of fractions, we don't really need those three steps because we don't really need the LCM. Is that okay? Simply, let me show you how to go about it. Now, we are going to start with multiplication and division of fractions by a whole number. Subsequently, we do multiplication and division of fractions by fractions. But for this case, the first thing we are going to do here is we are going to try to change this mixed number. We are going to work with, on this example, first of all, 3 whole number, 2 over 3 times 4. This is the whole number, this is the fraction. So we want to multiply fraction by whole number. Now, first thing we are going to do is that we are going to change this mixed number to improper fraction. Now, if the question is given to you in form of improper fraction or proper fraction, you don't need to change, you don't need to take this step, right? So first of all, we are going to change this to improper fraction, which is how we go about it. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So we are having 11 over 3, which is the original denominator. Now we're going to be multiplying it by 4. Now, in the law of multiplication of fractions by a whole number, the whole number will multiply the numerator. Is that okay? The whole number will multiply the numerator. We leave the denominator like that. The whole number will multiply the numerator and we leave the denominator like that. So what are we going to have? We are going to have 11 times 4. Of course, also remember that this is the same thing as 4 over 1, right? 4 over 1. So the numerator will multiply the numerator. The denominator will also multiply the denominator, which is 1. 4 is the same thing as 4 divided by 1. So we're having 11 times 4 all over 3 times 1, which will give us equal to 44 all over 3. Is that okay? 44 all over 3. Now, 3 going into 4, we have 1, remainder 1. 3 going to put that 1 here, it becomes 14. 3 going to 14 is 4, 4 remainder 2. So we have 4 remainder 2 over 3. So this is what we're going to be having. This is what we are going to be having. So this is going to be our answer. When we find 3 whole number, 2 over 3 times 4. Let me give you another example. Let's say we have something like 2 whole number, 3 over 4 times, let's say, 5. How are we going to do this? Remember, first of all, we change this to improper fraction, which is going to give us 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So we are having 11 over 4 times by 5. 5 is the same thing as 5 over 1. So we are going to be having 11 times 5 all over 4 times 1, which is going to give us 55 over 4. Now, 4 into 5 is 1. Remainder 1. Put that 1 here because 15. 4 into 15 is 3. Right? So 4 into 15 is 3. Remainder 3. So we have 3 over 4. This is the remainder. Is that okay? So our answer is 13 whole number, 3 over 4. Now that is how to do multiplication of fractions by whole number. Now over to multiplication of fractions by division of fractions. So over to example on division of fraction by whole number. Now, this is how we are going to go about this. First thing we are going to do is I want to change this fraction to improper fraction. So we're having 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23 over 5 divided by 6. Now, this number by our right hand side, remember, is the same thing as 23 over 5 divided by 6 over 1, right? It's the same thing. Now, in order to divide this, what we are going to do is that we are going to flip this one on our right hand side, this one that is the divisor, this one that is dividing this, we're going to flip it. So what we are going to be having will be something like this. We'll bring out this our fraction. It's the same thing as 23 over 5. This division we now change this to times. We change this division to 5 times. Then instead of having 6 over 1, we are now going to have 1 over 6. 1 over 6. Let me go over it again. Once we have this, the one by our right hand side, what we have on our right hand side, we can make the denominator to become our numerator and make the numerator to become our denominator. What we call it is the multiplicative inverse. So we'll find the multiplicative inverse of this, and then we change this division to multiplication. So first thing, we change the fraction to improper fraction. Next thing, we can change this division to multiplication. Then we find the inverse of what we have here. So it becomes, instead of having 6 over 1, we now have 1 over 6. So this will give us the same thing as 23 times 1 all over 5 times 6, which will give us the same thing as what? 23 over 30. Exactly. 23 over 30. Now, it's a proper fraction. So we leave the answer like this. If you have any question, remember to drop it in the class. And remember to tell your friends about our classes so that they can also join and learn.